A very good morning, and euro dollar is still pushing up higher in towards the end of this week. Now today is Thursday and we're looking for some further downside on euro USD, but we need to see that lower time frame confirmation come through. Good morning guys, my name is Fabio, and in today's market outlook all the major dollar pairs and of course gold are going to be discussed. Now looking here at euro USD on the daily time frame, what can we see? Well, first of all, the daily time frame still has bearish fractal structure. So overall, as long as the current fractal high remains to be respected, as I've said all week, I'm still interested in that further downside. From a weekly time frame perspective, there is still room for it to push down lower. As you guys can see, pretty much if we look at this as the overall swing, the 0.5 fib is still to be touched. Furthermore, the weekly fractal structure is also still bearish, with this pretty much being your area of supply. Now, if we were to draw in a premium versus discount tool here on the weekly time frame, you can see that we're now rejecting the 0.5 fib, therefore looking for that potential further downside. Then I dive into the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we are also still in that bearish fractal structure, with the current fractal high here still being respected. Now, the last step to getting and identifying that potential shorting opportunity is looking for that 4-hour bearish fractal structure. Now, what we had here was just an area of consolidation, but we did have a bearish fractal structure shift with the push up, push down, push up, and then a push down into yesterday. Now, what I'm looking for today is for us to break the current fractal low, see some bearish momentum, and then get into those shorting opportunities to take out the ascending lows and the liquidity which is resting beneath them. So I am still looking for those potential shorts as long as the daily fractal structure remains bearish and the 4-hour fractal structure is bearish as well. Going into the dollar index, we can see that the dollar index has still been moving relatively slow. We pushed further in towards the downside, very close to the current fractal low, still have not broken it, still respected it, and therefore still interested in that further downside, in that further upside, excuse me. So looking now at the 4-hour time frame, what we need to see is for us to break the current fractal high. So this is ideal situation that we're currently seeing here, with a bearish push, retracement, bearish push, retracement, bearish push, retracement, bearish push, retracement, another bearish push, and now we want to see the current fractal high break, which would be the first bullish fractal structure shift in this entire leg down. So let's see if we can break that, get another retracement, and then get into those potential dollar longs. Moving forward into AUDUSD, what we're going to be able to see here is that AU is still moving relatively slow and consolidative. Yesterday we did push up a little bit higher, but again, nothing really of interest for myself. Just so choppy, so not really going to dive into this. Personally, looking at this from a daily time frame perspective, it still makes sense to push up higher, but the lower time frame is just so messy that it is personally not for myself. Therefore, not really going to spend too much time in it. All I can say is the daily fractal structure is still bullish, with this being your current fractal low, this being your current fractal high, liquidity resting above this high, and therefore long opportunities still make sense. Moving on into GBPUSD, GU has pushed up in towards the liquidity highs, and as I mentioned yesterday, because if we look here at the daily time frame, we can see that again we kind of grab liquidity, but on the 4-hour it's going to be more clear, because on the 4-hour you can see very clearly that we have this area of consolidation. So this is pretty much the range that you're stuck inside of, and what has happened now is that we've faked out on the high of the range. So I'm now looking to see if we can get a break of the current fractal low, a retracement, and then I would be getting into potential shorting opportunities on GBPUSD. Otherwise, personally, I would stay out. If you are looking to get into a more aggressive setup, you could also look at the 2-hour or maybe even at the 1-hour time frame, because if we look at the 1-hour, you can very clearly see that the current fractal low is closer. Maybe wait for that to break and then already get into those shorting opportunities yourself. So looking for those shorts on GU still. Looking at the higher time frame being, for example, the monthly, yeah, nothing really too clear in my opinion. We still have these two monthly imbalance candles which are situated over here, which push price down lower the previous time, so it could now do the same with kind of like this double top liquidation, whatever you want to call it, event happening now. But again, more interesting for myself is EURUSD, but also, for example, a dollar yen or a dollar Swiss. Moving into NZDUSD, we can see that NU has been moving relatively similar to AU in the sense that it's still relatively slow. Overall, still favoring a downside push as long as the daily fractal structure remains bearish. So I'll be looking for that further downside from NZDUSD back down in towards the sub for the buy here. So for myself, very simple buys on NZDUSD, no real need to overcomplicate. I would have yesterday preferably seen another push in towards the highs and then the change of character. because now the current fractal low here on the 4-hour time frame is still so far away. Looking here at the 1-hour time frame though, we can still we're already fractal bearish. So yeah, you're currently reacting to this 1-hour area of supply here, and then you get the 1-hour fractal structure shift, giving us downside momentum, a lot of ascending lows. So yeah, I'm favoring some shorts on NZDUSD in line with the daily fractal structure. Going into dollar yen, dollar Swiss, and gold. Dollar yen, looking for longs, guys, but again, it is relatively slow. You can see it's just chopping down lower and lower. I've been looking at this area of demand for quite some time, and then together with the equal lows which are resting right above it. But as you can see, you come into this demand zone, but there's no bullish confirmation. So therefore, I personally just stayed out, didn't really engage with any longs just yet, and I'm just waiting for that bullish momentum to come in on this pair. So until then, just yeah, stay out. Obviously here the current fractal low is, if we start breaking that current fractal low, then it becomes a lot less interesting in my personal opinion. Going into dollar Swiss is a little bit more bullish. We can see that we're currently situated within these imbalances over here, which is our daily area of demand. Daily fractal structure is also bullish, with this being the current fractal low, this being the current fractal high. So I'm looking for those longing opportunities. Looking now at the 4-hour, however, the current fractal high is all the way here, so I would love to see another sweep, but if not, I'll already look to get into some long opportunities with a wider stop loss, and then I'll get into even more buys once the current fractal high breaks, and then look to get in those additional longing opportunities. But this is a nice region to already get in. I've already opened some swing positions on this in yesterday's candlestick with a wider stop loss kind of like down below over here, and then what I'll do is I'll just target kind of like this current fractal high again, and then eventually swing it up higher, even at least back up kind of like towards the 3rd of April when the overall tariff sell-off here on dollar Swiss occurred. So that's what I'm looking for on dollar Swiss, getting into more buys again. And then last of all, of course, we have gold. Gold pushed up higher yesterday in Discord. If you're not in yet, make sure to do so. Or have a link in the description of this video. Overall, we're in the impulsive phase of gold. To be very, very clear and keep it very, very simple, impulse, correction phase, and then the impulse phase. In the impulse phase, price is extremely impulsive, and I'm expecting some more impulses from gold in the very near future. So now we're retracing pretty much in towards this overall sell before the buy, and inside of there, I'll be looking for additional long opportunities on gold. As simple as that. Personally, not interested at all in gold shorts at the moment, definitely not with the overall uncertainty that we have within the world. So for myself, it makes sense to continue to longing gold back up higher in towards an all-time high, just like crypto. So to all my crypto bros out there, congratulations, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high yesterday, and I'll be looking for gold to do the same in the near future as well. That's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to join the Discord server, link in the description of this video, and see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.